welcome to English online class. I am Pallavi from DU Public School Mathurapur and today we will discuss poem Wind. Today we will discuss the summary, rhyme scheme, poetic devices and question answers. We know that wind is a natural phenomenon which occurs. Now in this poem, The Wind has been originally written in Tamil language by Subramanya Bharati and later on it was translated into English by A.K. Ramanujan. Now basically the poet says that wind is destructive, the power of wind, and he has linked the destructive power of the wind to the adversities of the life, of our life, the troubles and challenges that we face in our life. And he says that the weak people, those people who are not strongly enough, they just break down and the stronger people emerge out more stronger. So the overview of this poem is that the weak-willed can always be overpowered by the strong. On the other hand, the strong can face and stand the hurdles with strength and conviction. So in this poem, the poet gives a very important message. The poet says that we should be mentally tough and physically strong in order to survive the hardships of the life. This poem consists of a total of 22 lines. These lines are not separated, but I have divided this poem into meaningful segments for ease. The poet, through these lines, the poet depicts the destruction caused by the wind. He appeals to the wind to be gentle. He requests the wind not to shatter the windows, not to scatter the papers and throw the books out of the shelf. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. Now, in these lines, the poet reprimands the wind for the mess he has done in his house. The wind has not only damaged the books but also torn the pages of the books. The poet looks out of his shattered window and accuses the wind of bringing more rain. Actually, the rain can cause further damage to the mess as it enters through the shattered window. Now, I want to say that this destructive wind and gusty wind signifies the troubles and turmoil in our life. Frail crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts, the wind God winnows and crushes them all. The poet in this line, in subdued tones, accuses wind of trembling the weak and fragile, and someone too meek and mild to protect themselves from the harness of the world. Actually, the poet idiomatically implies that the trouble in our life come as suddenly as the wind, causing destruction and leaving behind destruction and devastation. He won't do what you tell him, so come, let's build strong homes, let's join the doors firmly, practice to form the body. The poet says that the wind is too self-willed and egoistic. He will not listen to our appeal. So it is for us what we have to do to make ourselves strong-willed. So we must build a strong structure with firm foundation so the wind can neither penetrate nor harm it. In these lines, the poet says that then only the wind can become our friend. Make the heart steadfast, do this and the wind will be friends with us. The wind will blows out weak fires, he makes strong fires roar and flourish. His friendship is good, he praise him every day. Now here the poet describes the merits and demerits of the wind. He says that it can blow down weak fire, but if the fire is burning fiercely, then it will make it blows with a stronger force. Okay, so the poet concludes these lines by saying that by invoking us to sing devotional song in praise of the wind for motivating us to be strong to face the challenges of life. Now, after this, our poem has been completed. Now we will discuss about the poetic devices. See here, there is no rhyme scheme in this poem. The entire poem is written in free verse. A very prominent literary device is anaphora. Actually, see here, anaphora. The anaphora is when a particular word is repeated at the start of two or more consecutive lines. Like these three lines start with don't. See here, here it is anaphora. Next, the most important device is a personification. The entire poem has been personified. See here, these are personified. In these lines, you can see the poet says you. It means that the poet is referring to wind as you. That means that he is treating wind as human beings. Now see here, through these lines, the wind god winnows and crushes them all. He won't do what you tell him. W words. Now, the next poetic device is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of consonant sound word with close connections. See here, these examples are given here. Just now I have discussed about the poetic devices. So before winding up my this session, I want to before winding up this session, I want to discuss the question answers. See here. Why does the poet appeal to the wind to come softly? Why is the poet affected when the wind has brought rain again? Why should we build strong houses? How does the wind make fun of the weak? What is the symbolism of wind? What is the theme of the poem Wind? Now this chapter is over. So I hope that this chapter will help you a lot. This video will help you a lot. And so children, thank you and be safe.